What is going on, Earth 2 novice enthusiasts and everyone in between? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's coming up on 9 a.m. East Coast time. And I am the first, I think this is like the fifth time in a row, I'm the first one to bring and broadcast these announcements. So just take note. If you want this stuff fast, especially when we have timely announcements like the Easter egg stuff coming up, who should you be subscribed to? Who should you have the alerts on for? I see 5 people so far who already have the right idea, and thank you very much to you 5. And that's only on one channel. 6 now. That's only on one channel because I can't get the stats for both channels. Now, these are announcements coming right from the desk of Mr. Shane Isaac. One of 4. We're going to dive right into them. Right from Shane. And I haven't read these yet. I haven't stopped to make a thumbnail yet. I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab my coffee and I'm going to go live. So bear with me. Dear Earth 2 users, we hope all is well. The Earth 2 team is extremely excited to announce that direct card payouts are now live on Earth 2. My last announcement was about it wasn't being an official announcement, but it was kind of live Sunday, and they'd make another announcement. This is that announcement. So now this is the official announcement. We were like, why is it not official? After our hypergrowth, a major bottleneck for us was processing and paying out withdrawal requests quickly in order to get funds to our users faster. We heard you, and faster withdrawals was a key feature we wanted to deliver for our users. So we worked tirelessly to bring you the initial system you see online today. The final result allows real-time fund delivery back to credit and debit cards after internal approvals are completed and is a clear display of our dedication to improving our withdrawal system to benefit our users. So to all those people who have been commenting that Earth 2 is a scam, this one's for you. Ooh, so satisfying. Not just the taste of coffee. I've got a scammer video coming up. I got another one. I just got to answer some of these haters trying to throw salt in the Kool-Aid. It is critical to point out that our system is using new technology in delivering this service, and that some banks around the world have not yet upgraded their systems to support these instant payouts. More on this below. Has anybody, hit me in the comments below if you've ever heard of a credit card withdrawal ability. I could understand if I were to purchase something, I could get a refund for that entire amount sent back to my credit card when I return the item. I've heard of that. I've never heard of this. So this kind of blows my mind. And I've mentioned this before. I'm like, how's this even going to work? Mr. Shane Isaac basically just said they're doing something that's cutting edge, that is new. So your bank might not even be hip to it yet. So this is, as far as innovators and doing new things, this entire project is full of this stuff. So if I was an investor in a stock that was doing stuff like that, I would be dumping my money into it. Switching screens. What the hell was that? Something just popped up and switched me over. Let me see. I already got some. Hey, Rocks. Sorry, I thought you were Ryox. What is up? Unlucky haters. Yeah, I'm going to leave that up there for the unlucky haters. I hope they're watching this. What's funny is the people who are calling this a scam, they watch several of my videos and they comment on several of my videos talking about how Earth 2 is a scam. These guys have an abundance of time on their hands to be watching all these videos on something they believe is a scam. I'm not watching any Amway videos. Moving on, is an important note. Where is it? It is also important to note that we have pushed going live as fast as possible in order to start processing credit card withdrawals sooner, but there will be teething issues. There's a term called cutting your teeth in business. I guess really in anything, I'm guessing that's what it is, teething issues. We appreciate your patience during this trial period as we monitor, review, and refine results to perfect the system. Please read the following flow and tips carefully, as they will help guide you and understand potential results during this trial. You can access card withdrawals via your settings page. First and foremost, you cannot make a card request until you have activated MFA, multi-factor authentication, on your account. You will need MFA each time you request a withdrawal, and it is a great additional security layer on your Earth2 account. So if you have not activated it yet, please do so immediately. Previous posts, videos, whatever, I've mentioned that they are pushing for us to make our accounts more secure. If you haven't activated your two-factor authentication, get that up. Multi-factor refers to like all of that. Two-factor is just that second factor, which it's really simple, guys. It's like, for those of you who haven't done it before, like if you've done crypto, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, it's super easy. I like the Google Authenticator app. They have different brands if you don't trust Google. That's just the one that all my crypto stuff is on, so I stick with it. You basically download the app from your Play Store, or if you have an iPhone, whatever, you just get an Authenticator app. You take a quick picture of the QR code. It syncs it, gives you a 6-digit code that refreshes every 30 seconds. You type it in the initial time to sync it. So now you've got an app that's refreshing the code every 30 seconds. You guys should know how it works. I'm not going to waste your time with it. We need to confirm who you are. If you're not planning on withdrawing over $1,000 now or in the future, then just some photo ID with your name and date of birth on it will suffice for now, and upload a blank image to the proof of address. On the other hand, if you may one day withdraw over 1,000 dollars, then we suggest you also upload something that displays your name and address. Our plan is to start displaying verified status on Earth2 user profiles, which will give more confidence for user-to-user transactions. Additionally, users knowing they need to be verified before requesting withdrawal sends a clear message to users looking to abuse in that. Sorry, I got an alarm going off. Looking to abuse in that they will not be withdrawing funds out of Earth2 without first validating who they are. This will help reduce such abhorrent activity moving forward. I have another video dealing with a potential scammer actually as well. I'll do more on that, but I'll stick to the script. 3, you will then need to add a credit or debit card to your account. We do not store your credit card details on our servers, but instead use a token system with trust payments, capitalized, so I guess that's a company, for advanced security. Oh, trust payments, yeah. For advanced security. We suggest using a debit card so that payment can be delivered directly to your bank account. When adding a credit card, please make sure it can accept and hold US dollar. Mentioned before, obviously US dollar is, there's most of the people I think playing and putting money into Earth2 are Yankees, and they anticipated that, so it's based on US dollar. We've mentioned this before with even withdrawing to your bank account. If you're out of the States, you have to make sure that your bank account can accept US dollars. Obviously, you need that with your credit card. Shouldn't be too hard, but just double check to make sure, because you don't want to start this process and then slam your head against the wall and be like, I need a new credit card, a new debit card. It would be worth setting up an account just to do this. Alternatively, and in the link below, you can basically set up a TransferWise account, which would act as like a ipso facto kind of bank account with a routing number, and you can have your money go there, and you can have a debit card set up for your TransferWise account. The link below will give you up to $600 in free transactions. And Earth2 also said that initially they were paying the transaction fees. They haven't said that they're no longer doing that. So they'll at least probably pay the transfer fees to your TransferWise account. And then with the link below, you get your first $600 of transferring to a bank account if you decided to do so. Or you could just have it go to your TransferWise account. Also, with this identity verification, and I've seen this with crypto, we're not going to be getting around taxes. So for you, those of you who are in the States, understand what money you take out of here, Uncle Sam will now know about it, and Uncle Sam's going to want his piece. So if you want to just grow your investment tax-free, not an accountant, this is not financial advice, but I would assume it'd be easier to grow it tax-free by keeping it within Earth 2. So if you don't need to take your money out, maybe don't, especially considering everything in Earth 2 has only gone up so far. Somebody was like, oh, the Earth is, and they might be right, but someone was telling me that they think the US is going to start dropping in price. I don't see how that's possible because everyone's still moving into the system. This is still the bull season. We don't have a fast enough exchange that would really provide the ability for something to drop yet. We'd need a massive amount of people trying to sell their stuff in order to really drop some prices. But again, what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor. I've just done Forex, stocks, options, cryptocurrency for years. But what do I know? Your card may require 3D secure confirmation during registration. Please ensure you complete this for your card to be accepted as a payout source from your Earth 2 account. Let me take a break, see the comments. Easy on crypto card. Most people just read the comments on the official Facebook edit and go no further in the research. Yeah, people can do what they want with their time. I can't critique people for being lazy, but if you're going, like if I was going to spend time critiquing something, I would at least want to make sure that I know enough about it to be right instead of just look like some idiot who read the headline of an article and based a judgment off of that and then went spewing that in comments. But whatever. I mean, you got to think these guys who are making these critiques and saying Earth 2 is a scam, they care enough to broadcast that it's a scam to go to multiple videos and post it in the comments. And you're more than welcome to do that. Go for it. I don't care. The comment engagement helps my videos being viewed. But they don't care enough to actually research and know one iota about what they're talking about, right? I think some of them, like you'll see this in stocks and cryptos and everything like that, where you'll see bears try to suppress the price, like Goldman Sachs, Jamie Dimon. They're publicly talking trash about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Privately, they're buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So they're salting it publicly, saying, "Oh, it's not going to work," trying to suppress the price so they can buy more of it cheaper. Why? Because if I can get 4 paychecks in over the next 8 weeks, and I'm able to get 4 paychecks and start buying up this app, whatever it is, crypto, Earth 2, whatever, before it goes up, then I've got more. If it takes off tomorrow, now I got to start paying a more expensive price. That's the idea. So Goldman Sachs, they'll intentionally be bearish on something publicly just to suppress the price. And then meanwhile, they know what's going on. They know, by the way, PayPal is now fully accepting cryptocurrency. So for all those people who are like, man, I've been going to parties. I remember when I was going to parties years ago and explaining to people what cryptocurrency was. And they're like, yeah, but you can't buy anything with it. And I'm like, yet. But you're going to explain to your grandchildren that you walked around with pieces of paper and metal in your pocket to buy stuff. And they're going to look at you like, that's about as antiquated as walking around with beaver pelts in your pocket. Like, it's inevitable. You guys just have to think like just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't happen. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because most of you are probably bullish on Earth 2, but for all these haters are like, oh, well, it's never happened before, so it's not going to happen. No one's going to be able to create a second virtual reality. It's never been done before. Oh, you're right. The 4-minute mile's never been ran before until Roger Bannister did it, and then someone did it. Multiple people did it each and every year afterward, but it's impossible until it's done. And then once it's done, in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, that was inevitable. Going back to it. Sorry, coffee's already hitting me. Once a card is added and validated, you may request to withdraw from, I'm getting excited because not that I want to take money out, but this is just making this more tangible. This is going to be so good. especially because I'm going to be right in front of all my friends who mocked me. And they're like, oh, I'm selling virtual land on the moon. Are you sure you don't want to buy in on that, Casey? LOL. Yeah, who's laughing now? Once a card is added and validated, you may request to withdraw from your Earth-2 e-credit. You will need to confirm your MFA 6-digit code. That's the two-factor authentication that I was mentioning for your withdrawal request to be validated. After making this request, the withdrawal status will remain as pending until one of our accounting team members review your Earth-2 transaction history and then approves or declines your request. A little bit of a snag. They are automating a lot of this, but they're doing that to make sure that your account hasn't been hacked and then someone's liquidating your ish. Okay. So I imagine that if you have your two-factor authenticator up, it's going to look a little bit more credible, and they're going to at least know that the person requesting the money is legit. Now they just have to make sure that the transactions previous to that request are legit and that there aren't any engagements with any accounts that have been hacked or land that's been stolen, or let's say like Dubai land that was purchased before it would, like during the restriction period when you weren't supposed to. Some people have also mentioned there's still land that was ill-gotten, meaning like Israel and Saudi Arabia, those are still restricted. You can't buy in those countries yet. There is still land that has been purchased in some of these restricted countries. Those people will be gotten to. They will get to those people eventually, take that land back from them, put it back on the open market for us to purchase. But they all want to make sure that they're not giving that person, those people, money. Our accounts team aim to review withdrawal requests as quickly as possible, but if there is a delay, it likely means we are experiencing a high volume of requests, or there is an issue with your account history, which is under further review. So this stuff it'll be faster and faster until it's instantaneous. Once all the countries are unrestricted, I think this will be very fast, because then they won't have to go through all those check and balance systems. Because as we saw with the UAE, prior to launching, they went through and they took back all that ill-gotten land, put it back on the market. They got to as much of it as possible. And I think even through the release, they were still re-releasing some of that land back out. So in any case, we have in fact started processing credit card withdrawals today, with 150 users having been successfully paid, including one for over $30,000. Dude, $30,000. Good on you. That's awesome. And what are you thinking? Like, if you've made that much money so far, why wouldn't you be reinvesting it into the thing that's made you that much money in just a few months when you know it's still so early? I don't know what you're thinking. Maybe it's someone who had a bunch of U.S. territory. By the way, I just bought some Class 1 land, ironically, in the shape of my initials CC, from a gentleman who approached me privately and was like, hey, I want to sell this land. And it's on gold mines. I don't even know if he knew it was on gold mines. But I looked at it on satellite and I was like, in my video, check my video out. I've got a video that tells you how to look for gold mines, salt mines, copper mines, nickel mines. I think I go over all that. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's a telltale sign of gold mine. Let me look in this area. It's like, yeah, this is definitely gold mine territory. And it's in CC. And I was able to buy it for $88.88, and 8 is my lucky number. So it was like all things pointing in the right directions. But you guys don't care. So let me keep reading. Your card account cannot hold US. Oh wait. Yes, I skipped ahead. So $30,000. In some cases, your request may return back as failed. There are numerous possible reasons for the failed status, but the two main reasons we have noticed so far are your card cannot hold US dollars. You need to contact your bank and make sure your account can hold. He's got that in bold or in caps, so it needs to hold US dollars, not just be able to pay US dollars. If you go abroad and you're able to pay US dollars, that's not necessarily good enough. So you got to call, make sure it can hold US dollars. Your bank will not likely convert US dollars to you. Your account needs to be able to hold US dollars. We are working on solutions to allow users to be paid out in most local currencies. You got to imagine that's hard. There's like, I don't know how many different local currencies. You know, there's like over 2,000 recognized live languages. I had no idea there's that many. Not related to this. Your issuing bank has not yet second reason, your issuing bank has not yet upgraded to the latest payment systems because this is so cutting edge and your bank is so 2020. Your issuing bank has not yet upgraded to the latest payment systems. Approximately 50% of US banks. These antiquated systems doesn't surprise me. We are already working on a solution for this case and expect it to be ready shortly. Banks don't want money to move fast. Banks don't make money on money moving fast. That's why banks hate cryptocurrency. So keep that in mind, children. Find yourself an advanced bank. If your withdrawal request, I'm going to make sure my bank is, you know what? I'm going to, if anybody has a bank that they know does not jive with this, let me know in the comments below. Maybe we can get a list going of banks who do and who don't, so people don't have to play the guessing game. If your withdrawal request is in a failed state, I like that, failed state, then you can either cancel your request and try another card account, or if you are 100% sure your account can hold US dollars, then you may leave your request in the failed state, and over the next few days we will be testing an additional system to pay out withdrawals that are stuck in a failed state. If your withdrawal was successful, then the status will automatically disappear from your settings page, and you should see the funds arrive on your account over the next day or so, usually within minutes. Within minutes. Somebody was asking how long this is going to take. Dude, within minutes? Come on. These guys are next level. Scammers. Oh, man. Scammers, what are you having for breakfast? Because I'm having scammers for breakfast. I shouldn't say scammers. Scammer fans or scam. What are we going to call? Guys, give me an idea for a name in the comments. Scammer fans equal, and then give me your idea for a name in the comments. What are we going to call those people who love getting into my comment section in all of my videos and say, Earth 2 is a scam because I don't understand it and I got in late and I don't want it to exist because I'm butthurt. You're not late. This is still very early. You're going to be even more bitter in 6 months when you realize now isn't late. And you should have got in instead of typing in my comments all that salt you're trying to throw in our Kool-Aid. Our team just wanted to thank you all for your support and patience, and we feel confident that our new card withdrawal system is a big step in the right direction. There is a long road ahead, but steps like this do bring us a sense of satisfaction, especially when we see smiles on the faces, and especially in this case when many claimed we would not work on a new withdrawal system. I could only imagine how satisfying this is for Shane and the team. Congrats, Shane and team, and all you dudes, Marco and everybody. Thomas. I know that our accounts team were super happy today, trialing out the new system. And although there will be some initial delays, this system will be increasingly fast compared to the old system, as it eliminates human error and does not require emails back and forth. Updates on Easter egg hunt and other promising announcements are coming. Thank you. Dude, I've never, man, I'm so excited about this. Let me get to some of these comments. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means, but I love it. Hey, buddy, what's going on, Sean? Sean, that's a name I recognize. Oh, I got what you meant. Het. Correction. You found an egg. You liar. The eggs aren't out yet. Why would anyone withdraw now? Maybe that person just made so much money that they just can't help it. But I think this is huge. Just going to go out and start speculating. Again, I did tell you guys I was pretty confident that phase 2 was going to be coming in March. as we saw with the UAE announcements, post UAE, I think they pushed that back. They pushed back the Easter egg hunt, and they wanted to make sure some other stuff was in place. I think the UAE debacle kind of took up a lot of their bandwidth and forced some stuff to get pushed back a bit. And I think that without that, we would have had phase 2 launch, but I think phase 2 is imminent. There's certain things that they have to have, and you got to think about it from their perspective. There's got to be security stuff set up. They've got to get rid of, like before UAE, people who had ill-gotten property. They had to get rid of the vulnerability to bots, right? They had to get that property back on the market so we'd be able to buy it at a more reasonable price. This had to be put in place because once we've got essence and resources coming out, there's going to be more money flowing. It's going to develop another level of economy in the Earth 2 world. Right now, we basically have this pseudo real estate economy where we can buy and sell and, you know, do these land transactions. Now, once we have resources in phase 2, I should say, now we are going to be selling, trading, building, and all that other fun stuff. So with the buying, selling, and trading of resources comes more money being exchanged. Maybe someone is holding a lot of land and their gambit is going to be selling resources, in which case they're taking in money, and that will be a profit center for them, and they'll start taking money out of Earth 2. They don't want to further congest the bottleneck of manual processes going back and forth, sending out these emails, doing these authentications. So like in my businesses, something I got from Tim Ferriss, you've got to eliminate, automate, or delegate. And this is an example of automation. If you can get rid of a process, if it's not necessary for the function of the business or the system, you eliminate it. If it has to be done, but it is time consuming, is something that happens with high frequency, those are the things that you want to first either eliminate or automate, and that's what they're doing here. Then after that would be delegation, and an example of that would be like working with Mapbox. Instead of them building out a robust and intelligent mapping system, they delegate that and form a partnership. Instead of them building a customer service team, we saw in some of my earlier announcements how they were expressing the frustration. The frustration and the challenge of hiring enough customer service people. Well, instead of in-house building a team, they outsource that. So that's an example of delegation. So I like the way that, I won't give Shane all of the credit, but I like the way that this team is being run, or I like the way that this team, I like the way the decisions have been made. And this is stuff that I would do 100%. And this is stuff that makes me feel confident. Like I said, if this was a stock, this was a cryptocurrency, if this, like, I would love to support this type of business because they have showed time and time again that they have very long-term views on things, and they're pushing stuff back now to get it done right. I think this is all setting up phase 2 to be even more of a success. I think phase 2 is going to, like, I don't even think we could even claim that we're in the bull run of this. Like you'll hear that expression in stocks and in crypto. There'll be a bull season where stuff just hits a growth period. While they have experienced hyper growth, I think this is only going to become more insane as we get into phase 2 and phase 3, especially because then people who aren't able to think of these intangible abstract concepts and really like see what they can be. There's certain people who need to, like, they need it in their face and be like, oh, I understand what this product is. Here it is. Whereas us being earlier in on this, we're able to kind of see where this can go. And we're earlier in. Once these other people who need the thing in their face and they're able to start seeing the resources being bought, sold, traded, the properties and things being built with those resources, once they're able to start, and then once they're able to actually get in on this platform, then they're gonna be like, how do I buy into this? Because this is a game I want to be a part of. Yes, I will leave this up there because that says it pretty pretty adequately. I am going to bounce off. I do have I do have a consultation coming up in a little bit that I have to prepare for, but I did want to jump on and share this with you guys as soon as I got it. So hope you guys are subscribed. You've got those alert notifications on, because there will be more alerts coming out. We know that the Easter egg stuff is going to be time sensitive. So I do think that we're going to be probably going live. I did learn that on the Easter egg. I did say that the Easter egg announcement was on Easter Sunday. Messed up my dates, or maybe I read it wrong or something like that. But I was under the impression that it was on Sunday. We'll be on Saturday. So fortunately, for those of you who have plans with the fam, you will be able to, partake in the Easter egg hunt, or at least watch the video, assuming that you're not going to be at work or something like that. And I will be going live for that as soon as it does come out. I'm assuming we're going to have a countdown for the video. As I understand it, when you premiere a video on YouTube, it makes it so you can't fast forward to the end of the video. So if I were to put up like a 15-minute video, a lot of people are like, oh, some people are just going to put it on fast forward or go right to the end, because some of the instructions are going to be at the end. Throughout the entire video, I think they're going to be peppering in instructions, and then I think there will be final instructions at the end. But I do think that they're going to set it up so that with the premiere, you have to watch it all at the same time. So as long as you're there when it launches, nobody's going to be ahead of you. Now, if you catch it an hour later, yeah, you'll be able to fast forward. Yeah, you'll be able to skip to the end. But I would not recommend, if you're in that group who's not able to watch it live, and like I said, I will be simulcasting it live, or I will be going live. So turn on your alerts and we'll be able to start talking through it. The way I see it is like, we'll have the comments firing. We'll be able to say, okay, here's this tip. What's this mean? And we'll go, okay, back and forth, yada, yada, yada. So definitely make sure your alerts are on and you're ready to go live with me, so we can speculate, and I can share the stream here. So I'll maybe hyper project myself in front of it, or maybe I'll just put it on the screen and you'll hear my voice. We'll be able to go back and forth in the comments to start, getting the engines running. But I do think that it is going to, I've got another video that I'll probably do maybe later today, and I'll walk through I still want to do some hunting and some digging and some researching based on some of the stuff that he said. I will say that it looks like I've seen some chatter in the Reddit forums and things like that about Mapbox. Potentially, I'll say this, it might behoove us to set up some Mapbox accounts. I would think that maybe what they've been saying might be pushing us to have some kind of involvement with Mapbox, or they're going to be introducing another layer, because the Mapbox describes their different layer features of their maps as styles. As I've mentioned when I've read these things, he either puts in style, like the Easter egg hunt will be announced in style. He puts it either in all caps or in quotes. At first, I was thinking they're going to wear bunny outfits for the live video. Not saying that that's not going to be the case, but I did do some Googling, and I was typing in certain words together, just Mapbox in style, Earth2 Mapbox in style, just to see what came up. And I do think there's going to be another layer or something that's going to be introduced. We know that we don't have to purchase the land. I think maybe there's going to be another layer that we'll be able to put on, maybe something like these heat maps. This is a Mapbox feature. So there might be something where at a certain level, we're able to get hints as to where it's going to go. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I won't waste your time with the speculation, but let's be live. Let's speculate together and see what we can figure out Sunday or Saturday, and then off to the races. I will let you guys go. As I said, I've got a consultation I got to brief for, get my notes together for. So I will let you guys go and prepare for that. I hope you guys have an amazing, Tuesday. And man, I'm excited. It's not just the caffeine. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out the links below. Subscribe, alert. Yeah, that's it. Reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Tell them you miss them. Tell them you appreciate them being in your life. Tell them you want to spend more time with them, and then follow through with it. Make an appointment. Set aside some time in your schedule. Spend some time with them, because this is